Going into this last round, even if both players lose, they might still have a chance depending on how they're.
But winning, you're in. That's the important thing.
Winning in, that's the important thing. That's what you want.
Don't leave it to those tiebreakers. They're a nightmare. Win now and be into the cut.
Right. Right now, going into team preview, Gary on bottom off screen with Salamence, Terrakion, Venusaur, Smeargle, Scizor, and Washrotom. Mike on top with Scrafty, Venusaur, Rhyperior, Landorus Therian, Cresselia, and Charizard.
So this, we've seen the Cresselia Rhyperior before. This is the standard Japanese usage with it, with Charizard and Venusaur. Looking at the other team, what's probably a Dragon Dance Salamence paired with that Smeargle for support. Nobody likes to see Smeargle in the team preview. I'm curious what's going through Mike's head now as he tries to figure out what his answers to that combination are. Hopefully he has a Lumberry or something to help himself deal with this. Normally, Scrafty, stuff like that is a good answer, but you don't want Scrafty out against Salamence, so it's going to be an interesting decision. I think you probably go for it anyway. We'll see.
Right. And for those of you guys just out there are no such things as intentional draws here in the video game championships.
No, if you double run, that's a double loss. Not
absolutely right. That is your public service announcement from me and Len right there. Don't double run. 76. Going into turn 0 right now, you see Salamence and Smeargle out for Gary's side, and you see Charizard and Venusaur out for Mike G's side.
So like I expected, Smeargle and Salamence probably going to help support that Dragon Dance Salamence, but the last time we saw Charizard and Venusaur was Pledges.
Right.
Do you think there's any chance of that?
I wouldn't be surprised, though. Or it could just be, Venusaur needs that speed boost to fire off Sleep Powders or something like that. Salamance's going to go Mega. Going to go ahead and go Mega.
I would be surprised if either of these Pokemon have Lum. It's probably going to take double targeting Smeargle to not get Dark Voided. Which will give Salamence a great turn to Dragon Dance this turn. If it's double protected, another one the next turn, which would be huge.
Charizard does go Mega. We do see Salamence go Mega too. Smeargle with the fake out follow me support possibly. As Charizard brings out the Drought, I wouldn't be surprised to see a double protect either. Charizard does go for the protect. Venusaur most likely going to follow suit. Does not want to take any damage from that Salamence. Venusaur, there it is. Smeargle, what's it going to do? Is it going to go for a fake out, some sort of setup move?
Dark Void, fake out makes sense. Right. Turn 1, Dragon Dance. Now here you're probably going to have to, you can try the HP Ice, but you risk getting Dark Voided. It's a really tough position to be here, facing down a Smeargle that has evasiveness already.
Evasiveness, that's an unfortunate thing for Mike to see.
And a +1/+1 Salamence. You've got to prioritize one over the other. If you kind of spread yourself out, you're not gonna do anything.
We do see Salamence protect itself. Possibly doesn't want to take a hidden power ice. Venusaur going to go ahead and go for the Sleep Powder. Doesn't want to take that either. Charizard goes for the Heat Wave. Salamence protects itself and hits the Smeargle. That's big. Going to break the Focus Sash.
That's big, but going to go to Sash and then the Dark Void comes out.
This possible burn would be nice for Mike to see right now, but Smeargle goes straight for the Dark Void.
Hits both.
Wow. Sleep, unfortunately.
It's such a huge amount of pressure to be under when you're forced to double protect turn 1. You allow that Dragon Dance. Now you're probably going to allow another Dragon Dance. Neither Pokemon has slept for a turn yet, so next turn's completely safe.
Yeah, Smeargle's Booty going to boost the special attack. Not too big of a deal as the defense actually drops too. Again, not too big of a deal since Smeargle's at 1 hit point. Mike right now kind of playing from behind, but one of the things about Sleep now is that you never know what position you are in depending on how the Pokemon go. He will have one free turn right now to move because, they haven't slept yet, but yeah, it's still so close.
Yeah, so Landorus will come in and get rid of that Dragon Dance. We'll see if Gary tried to use this turn to get another one, or Charizard switches out also. So 2 sleeping Pokemon with no sleep turns burned is going to be a rough late game.
I don't mind that switching in the Scrafty.
But yeah, getting the 2 intimidates. Hopefully we don't see a Dark Void come out.
That could be a possibility. Salamence goes for the return, opting hits the Scrafty. Oh, that Scrafty hangs on, so that is so good. As Smeargle goes for the transform into a -1 Salamence.
So this is a +1 speed, -1 attack Salamence. Both of them are. Scrafty threatening a fake out KO on the Smeargle transformed, but a double protect can burn that. And then even at -1, a couple of Mega Salamence returns at +1 speed is a scary thing to be looking at.
That's right. I think that now they're at -1, right? It's still scary. But at -1, it's a bit mitigated. Smeargle going to go ahead and protect itself this turn. Does not want to possibly take a fake out. If Mike read that right, goes for the fake out into the other Salamence.
I would have rather seen a double fake protect there. Either one is a big risk because now you're allowing a bunch of damage on your good Salamence.
And that is going to be some more damage onto that Salamence. So don't count Mike out yet. Unfortunately, that doesn't do too much damage to that Salamence. I would have preferred to see it do 50% so that you know next turn that Rock Slide would be able to knock it out.
Yeah, and that's interesting information for Gary to get. He knows that he can take the next Rock Slide. If he can KO, use the 1 HP Smeargle to KO the Scrafty, he can try Dragon Dance, or he can go for 2 returns, will probably KO Landorus. There's a lot of options in front of him. Probably let him get a knockout this turn. And with 2 sleeping Pokemon that haven't even burned a turn to sleep yet, it'll force one of them on the field.
Right, but I mean, if those 2 Pokemon are still at full health, I mean, it's still a decent chance depending on how bulky
Scrafty
setup
detects.
it is.
If he goes to the double target in Landorus that I mentioned, it's going to be huge.
Salamence does go for the return onto the Landorus, doing about 60%. Smear goes for the turn onto the Salamence, and that is going to pick up the knockout.
It's so huge.
I know.
These even with these Salamances at -1 attack, it's a lot of damage to worry about.
Aerialate and same type attack boosted after the Aerialate. I mean, that's just so unfortunate.
And now he's forced to bring in one of his sleeping Pokemon. Venusaur will just allow for 2 knockouts, so it's probably going to be Charizard. Charizard will survive a return, but Scrafty will go down, and it'll require a 1-turn sleep basically from Charizard for them to have any chance in this game, or else he loses in 2 turns.
And he does go for the Venusaur right now.
I don't know about that play. I would have rather seen Charizard come out. It seems like you're just allowing 2 returns because you can't even wake up with Venusaur.
I wouldn't mind a switch to Charizard right now. That'd be, I think,
you didn't
the most ideal
switch
thing.
Scrafty to Charizard?
Switch Scrafty to Charizard.
Yeah, I think
switch it. Gonna get the speed boost. Gonna have to keep trying to protect here.
But Venusaur will go down this turn. I think even a -1 return is an easy KO.
Right. We do see Smeargle go for Earthquake.
It was a way to KO the Scrafty.
And chip the Venusaur for a little bit of damage.
Yeah, but knowing that switch was a possibility, I think you trust your -1 return to KO this Venusaur and just. But we saw Sash and Venusaur earlier too already.
Yeah.
So can't complain too much. It's great to get that Venusaur off the field. It's the one thing faster than your Salamances.
And we do see Scrafty come in, gonna go for another Intimidate. Would have liked to see some more Intimidates. Really, tough position for Mike, and that's just one thing that you don't want to see. You got
now,
2 Megas staring you down.
Do you think 2 -2 Salamances returns KOs the Charizard?
I don't know. I think it might take 3 hits from the return. Does get some position here with Scrafty with the Fake Out, and gives Charizard 1 turn to not move. Does pick up the knockout.
Manages to
on
KO,
right there.
yeah.
So I don't mind that too much.
But if Scrafty goes down, it's going to be 2-on-1 with a sleeping Charizard.
Right, Salamence does go for the return onto the Scrafty and picks up the knockout there. And unfortunately, right now, it's going to be Charizard versus the world. This is going to be his first sleep turn right here.
Right,
Still
so
asleep.
can't wake up. Next turn's its first chance to wake up, but a 1 in 3 chance.
He needs to see a Heat Wave and a Burn.
I think we're about to see a Pokemon come in that ends the game.
Oh no, Terrakion.
So focus Rock Slide. It's going to take Rock Slide misses for this game to even become competitive again. Rock Slide misses and 1-turn sleeps. So most likely over.
And we see Salamence go for the Dragon Dance, going to try to, get some more
A switch
boosts.
gets you your attack stats faster than the Dragon Dance. The Dragon Dances do, but
and we see Terrakion go for the
Rock
Rock
Slide's
Slide.
going to end the game
That
either
should
way.
do it. Unfortunately for Mike, he's going to fall short.
Just, I think it was avoiding Fake Out seemed really important on that first turn, but he put himself under such huge pressure by not doing anything on turn 1.
Right.
If on turn 1 he'd managed to break that,
Scrafty Focus Sash.
the Smeargle Focus Sash,
Yeah, Smeargle Focus Sash.
or put some damage on Salamence so it was easier to KO later, or, but yeah, most importantly, breaking that Sash and not allow Dark Void, because it was the multiple free turns he got from the sleeping Pokemon that really